I love that. I mean, I think the point you're making for the listeners is obviously it's a lot of information you just distilled,
Yeah.
and some things physics, some things biology.
Right.
But I think if I were to distill some points for the listeners, is you heard this is the same way as surgery, right? There is the psychological component, there's the actual component, the biology, the physics of why we're doing this surgery. And that's the same thing that you're talking about. And so it's really important that this is not just a concept that's to one thing. This is the whole medical field. What you're doing versus what I'm doing, it's all the same stuff. And there, you have to treat everything, the whole body.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really important thing. I mean, you're probably dealing with this with some of the athletes you've taken care of, but I mean, how often do you say that you're dealing with injuries and you're having to deal with the psychological component of it?
All the time, because people come in with these beliefs of, I can't do this. I was told I will never be able to do that. And I'm like, well, why? Oh, because I have a degenerative disc disease. Like, that's a stupid label. Like, that's like gray hair of the spine. Everyone's got it. Like some of the diagnoses we have, I mean, we need them so we can communicate and speak the same language. So I can say one thing, I don't have to sit there and explain it. But to a patient who doesn't understand that, it sounds scary. Like degenerative disc disease. It's not a disease. It's like the discs are wearing down. So why are we calling it a disease? It's aging. Okay. So if we can change the language around some of these diagnoses and make them less scary, all of a sudden, they don't get this alarming. I just had one of my colleagues come up to me. He had 3 clients doing exceptionally well. One's a paramedic, one's a firefighter, and I think another one has a physical job. They were all doing really well. They go and get their MRIs, and one has a disc herniation in his neck, and all of a sudden everything got bad again. So for that individual, the diagnosis made him worse. If he just focused,